Hi and welcome to Let's Craft About It. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to DIY your own Spotify glass plaque with your Cricut that you've seen all over TikTok. If you want to learn how, keep watching. First, you want to open up your Cricut Designspace and start with the template. I'm going to be using a square and setting the size to 8 by 11, which is the size glass I'm using, but you just want to adjust the template to the size glass you're using. Once you have your template ready, we can go ahead and start designing. I'm going to start with the image by uploading it to Designspace as a print then cut file. I'm simply just going to pick a picture from my library and then just upload it to Designspace. Now that I have uploaded the image, I'm going to size the image to a perfect square. I'm going to be using the square shape again and adjusting it to the size to cover right over the picture. I'm then going to select both the square and the image and then hit the slice tool. Once we hit the slice tool, we will have 3 new layers. You'll have the leftover image, the square, which we can delete, and then we'll have the third layer, which is the final square image. Now that I have this image in a perfect square, I'm going to hit edit and size it to be 4 by 4 and move it over to the template and place it right where I want it to be. Now we're gonna head over to the Spotify app and take a screenshot of the play button. Just for a reference and template, we will be adding the name of the song and the artist ourselves in Cricut Designspace. So I'm on my iPad, so I just simply took a screenshot and then I'm gonna save that to my image library, and then I'm gonna head back into the Cricut app and I will upload it to my Designspace. You want to make sure that when you are erasing and deleting the background, you want to get as much as the black off. I'm also getting rid of the name and the artist because we don't need this. All we need is the play, the forward, and the back, and the 2 side buttons with the heart. The rest we will be adding on, including that bar and the circle with Cricut Designspace. As you can tell, I did not erase the black part, so I'm coming back and erasing those black parts to get a sharp, crispier look. Now that we have taken out the background, we're gonna go ahead and resize it and place it in our template. And now we're gonna go ahead and add the title and the artist to it. For the font for the title, I'm just using an Ariel font. And then I'm going to go ahead and type in, I am using the song Damn Baby, which is the first song that my fiance dedicated to me. I'm actually gifting this to him for our anniversary, so I thought that choosing the first song he dedicated to me was just the perfect song for this project. All right, now I'm just gonna get that Damn Baby title into place, and I'm gonna go ahead and select the font for the artist, which is going to be the Cricut Sans, and I'm gonna type in the artist name and then get that size and put it right in its placement. Once we get that size and right in its placements, I'm gonna make sure that I have everything in the right spacing and all that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and hit the shape button again and insert a square and create the bar and circle. Like I said, we were going to be adding this in, and that's just by getting a square and then stretching it out, as well as doing the same thing with a circle. So in order to not get the line from before, we're gonna go ahead and contour that line out, which is what I did. And I simply just hit the contour tool and contoured the line from the image inserted out. All right, it's starting to look more like that Spotify play button. And now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna simply move out the square. I'm gonna select everything and I wanna go ahead and attach it so it sits and cuts exactly how it is. I'm also gonna go ahead and change the color to the white just so it stands out more. And now I'm gonna show you guys how to get that Spotify code. So we're gonna go to www.spotifycode.com and we're gonna go back into Spotify. We're gonna hit the 3 buttons at the top, and then we're going to select share and then copy link. You're gonna go back into Spotify.com, and then in there you will enter your code, and spotifycode.com will automatically generate that code, and you're simply going to hit save. I'm saving it on a PNG just because I'm on an iPad, but if you are on your desktop, you should save it as an SVG. Now that we have that downloaded, we're going to go right back into our Cricut app and we're going to upload that into the Cricut Designspace, and then we're going to go ahead and clean out that background. And for this, you definitely want to be very, very, very picky and make sure you delete every single black possible spot you see, because it will affect the reading of the code. It took me about, not gonna lie, 30 minutes maybe to delete all the black stuff, but I needed it to be as perfect as possible to make sure that when I went to scan it, it would read it. All right, we are at the final steps of the design. I'm just gonna size down the code and place it exactly where I want it. I'm going to then select and change the color and then move out the template, select both the code and the play button and attach that together so that when I send it to cut, it will cut in the exact format I have it. Super last minute, I decided I wanted to add a white border behind the image. So all I'm doing is grabbing a square and then bringing the image in front of that, selecting both the image and the square and hitting that flatten tool so that when I send it over to print and cut, it will only cut around the border. And that's it. All we have to do is hit make it and let the Cricut do its work. You'll see here that it has the image in the exact format as well as the print and cut as the white border and the picture. Now that the Cricut has cut out all our materials, it's time to build our glass plank. All we need for the glass plank is your glass plank, or in my case, a frame, and a scraper, and all your material. For the material, I did use 651 Oracle vinyl, and I ended up cutting out the Spotify thing, and you'll see that I end up not even using the code. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the glass out of my frame and wipe it down. Just trying to get as much fingerprints off the frame as I possibly can, so I'm re-wiping it down just one last time. So I had to go to Walgreens and have them printed out as I ran out of printable vinyl. So I'm gonna be using glue dots to hold it down, but you can also use that roll-on tape. It's whatever you choose. If not using the printable vinyl, it comes out on a straight sticker. Once I have the image in the exact spot I wanted, I'm just going to press down on the image and that's it. I'm then gonna grab my 651 and play around with the placement. Here's a little tip. When removing the 651 from the backing onto the transfer tape, you wanna place the transfer tape down and then pull the backing away from the transfer tape. It just makes it a lot easier to remove the backing. Once you have removed it from the backing, you just want to double check the placement. I'm going to go ahead and grab that frame and double check to make sure that it is centered with it. All right, looks good. Now I'm going to go ahead and place it down with my fingers, and then I'm going to go ahead and gently scrape it with my scraper. The last step is to go ahead and remove the transfer tape slowly away from the glass. Like I mentioned earlier, last minute I decided to take out the code. I personally love it in its simplicity, so I left it like this. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you would like more videos like this, please give this video a like. And if you have any questions or suggestions on what videos you would like next, let's craft about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, happy crafting.